moving right along.
Right. Hey guys, thank you so much for joining us for On the Couch with Fouch. I just want to say real quick before I tell you who this guy is, that if you're watching on Facebook, you need to go ahead and click like, comment, share, and if you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Love to have you here on YouTube, Facebook, whatever, just following along so you can get all of your favorite interviews with your favorite Southern gospel music artists right here on the Couch with Fouch. Today, I have Anthony Davis, and he is the bass singer for Tribute Quartet. How you doing this morning, brother?
I'm all right, sir. How are you?
I'm doing well. We are actually at the National Quartet Convention.
Yes.
And as you know, it can be a long week, but we're only on like day 2. So I'm still feeling all right. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm glad we're doing this today and not like Saturday morning.
Friday night, Saturday morning, you
I feel like it would be
out.
It would be like on the couch, but we would both be like laid over.
Be like, so how did you enjoy your week this week?
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that it's Tuesday. I'm glad we got you all. We got energy today, and I'm looking forward to this interview. We had a ton of great questions that the folks submitted. So thank you all so much for submitting the great questions. One of the most popular questions that we had, there was a couple of themes that really kind of presented itself in the questions. One of them was what your life was like before Tribute Quartet. And a lot of people are asking what you did before, if you sang with any other groups, kind of that kind of thing. So give everybody an idea of Anthony Davis before you came to Tribute Quartet.
Oh, right. Well, a lot of people know I was actually a police officer for several years. I graduated the police academy in 2002 and worked as a police officer for several years. For about 6 of the last 10 years that I was a police officer, I traveled with a regional group from Kentucky, and pretty much full amount of time that I traveled with them. We did over 100 dates a year traveling there. So I was a full-time police officer, a canine officer, in fact, for several of those years. I had a dog, and a drug dog.
What was the dog's name?
Isha.
Isha.
Yeah, it was Indian for protector.
Cool.
And if there's any American Indians watching, I hope I pronounced that right. If I didn't, that's how I said it. So she answered.
That's how she responded.
So,
that's what she responded
to. But I was a canine officer, and then I sang on top of that, and then I left from that group after about 6.5 years. And spent about 2 months at home just being a police officer. And then I got the call from Steve Hurst. Many of you know Steve Hurst, a vocal coach extraordinaire, that asked me if I could come and fill in with a group. And I said, as long as it's temporary. And January will be 6 years ago that I have started that temporary position.
It's a permanently temporary position,
correct.
right?
That's correct. So the Lord just worked that out, and I started traveling with Tribute. But I still am a police officer on paper. Technically, I still have a badge and a gun, and I go in a few days a month just to kind of stay around it and keep up to date.
Are there certain requirements you have to meet? Like you have to work so many hours a month to kind of keep your license or whatever you call it.
Yes, from my certification, I have to have a certain number of hours each year in training. So not really logged by how much I'm in a car or at work.
Okay.
But just that I have an in-service program, so many hours of required in-service every year.
Cool. So you mentioned the canine thing. And so one of the questions, I'm sorry I don't remember who asked this question, but they had asked one experience, one story of probably your best one. It doesn't necessarily funny or whatever, but maybe the best story of your experience with your canine.
Oh my!
Because I've never met anybody personally that has been a canine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're such amazing animals. I mean, honestly, I know we probably didn't come here to talk about dogs, but they really are.
On the Couch with Fouch, your favorite dog edition.
This is Bob Barker. Never mind. So we have these animals, and we train them to do a certain thing, and there are certain times that they will just absolutely blow your mind. They'll do something that's above and beyond what you ever thought they were able to do. And in one training instance, we were on our way to New Jersey. I myself and another guy trained my dog from the time she was a puppy.
Okay.
Most dogs come professionally trained, and you pay $20,000 for them,
Wow.
And I paid a lot less than that. And she was my dog. And then when we found out that my department was kind of leaning toward the canine program, we started training. Well, I'm driving to New Jersey to go to this training class, and she's in the back. She was great to just ride down the road. She never bothered you. She just laid back there. And I got to thinking, we're going up here to New Jersey with all these state dogs that are professionally trained, and I started doubting myself and the dog, and I'm telling you, it's like she knew what I was thinking. She came up and she put her head on my shoulder, and I'm driving down the road. She puts her head on my shoulder, and I'm looking at her in the mirror, and I went, I'm so sorry. Honey, I don't doubt you. I know you're going to do fine. It's going to be fine. And she goes, and then she licked me on the cheek, and she went back and laid down, and I thought, now see, that's just how they think. That Intuitive. She knew what I was thinking. She knew I was doubting her, and so we went up there, and sure enough, out of about 25 dogs, there was one particularly difficult hide, and she was the only dog out of all 25 of them that found it. And I was like, that's my dog. That is my dog. So they're amazing animals, really.
That's awesome. And does someone have the dog now?
I had her almost 11 years to the day.
Wow.
Thanksgiving 2 years ago, the day before Thanksgiving, she had gotten pretty sick, and I had to put her down, which was a difficult thing to do. But yeah, she was a great dog. She was my partner. She was my pal.
Very cool. That's a great story. I'm thankful for whoever asked that question, even though I'm sorry I don't remember who
Whomever
it was.
you are,
Yes,
thank you.
Thank you for the wonderful question. The next thing, we talked about you're now with Tribute.
Mm-hmm.
You're singing with them. So one of the three themes that was kind of, that really popped up in the questions was, I'm trying to see how to phrase this exactly. And those of you who know Tribute, you know why this is so hard. Let me just say it this way. Life on the bus with Tribute Quartet and the different characters and the different characteristics of the members in the group. What is that like, dealing with all the different people and characteristics?
I think I know how you're gearing that question.
Well,
Matt, let me just answer it by saying yes.
Excellent.
He's like that all the time. People always come to the table and they'll say about Josh, is he like that all the time? Yes. He wakes up that way and he goes to bed that way. I mean, it's all the time. Who you are on stage, or who he is rather, that's it. That's him. That's Josh. He's always upbeat. He's always just exactly how he is on stage. Yeah. But it's like a light switch. His eyes open and he's like, and then when he goes to sleep, it's just you flip the light switch off and he's out, and he's out. But if I could just bottle that energy up and sell it,
right?
I tell you, I'd ease a lot of folks' pain.
Now, do you think that Josh and I resemble each other?
Oh yeah, twins.
Because a lot of people, and we kind of talked about this in the interview I did with him. Right. A lot of people come up to the table at a Legacy 5 concert and they say, "Now, didn't you used to play piano with another group?" And I'm like, "No. I have no idea where middle C is, so I couldn't play a piano with another group." But they're always referring to Josh. And Josh had said he does get, "Now, aren't you a bass singer as well?" I was like, "No, I'm not."
The question is for you all to be as to look so much alike. The question is, are you from Ireland also?
I don't know. I'm not originally, personally, no. But
well, neither is Josh, but everybody seems to think so.
Yeah, we are.
Northern Florida is real close to Northern Ireland, though. So
right. Well, speaking of, there was another question. Casey Johnson wants to know: is Gary really a leprechaun?
Well, if he is, we're still looking for the pot of gold.
That's a good answer. Well done. So I guess the answer is we don't know if he is or not.
I'm not
but
certain.
There's no pot of gold.
I don't know if there's a genetic code for that we could test DNA.
Christy Devine wants to know: is there a favorite person that you have on the bus? That's a loaded question.
Oh my! Yes, the one that signs the paycheck.
Good answer once again.
That leprechaun.
Man, you are great with these questions.
I only look this dumb.
You're a professional. The next theme, the last one I wanted to talk about, was several questions about your tie and how you do your tie.
Yes.
So what I want to do is I want you to give everybody a demonstration on how you tie your tie.
How I tie my tie.
Yeah.
Trade secrets. We want to give away trade secrets. Well, I tell you what. I brought a tie with me.
Okay.
If you'll allow me, we'll just tie that one. I'm gonna step. Do your commercial. I'm gonna step off the camera. I don't want to get undressed in front of, the folks. So you just I'll be
please
right back.
step off. While he's doing that, I want to tell you guys that singingnewsradio.com is where you can go to listen to all of your favorite Southern gospel music artists. They have been so kind to let us use this room with this couch for some of the interviews this year. So thank you so much, Singing News and Singing News Radio. Be sure to go to singingnewsradio.com. Check that out. Listen to their music. You're back.
I'm back. So we're gonna tie
show
the
us the tie.
Okay. All right. So here's the tie. All right. Now a lot of people want to know where I get my ties specifically, and for those of you that would like to know, I have somebody that does all of my ties for me. And a lot of times people say, well, where can I buy them? So if you're interested in buying them, this is my commercial.
There you go.
The gentleman that does my ties doesn't sell them publicly. But if enough of you all give interest, then we just might make those things available. And so then you would be able to wear a tie like mine with a different color knot than everybody else's tie.
Interesting.
All right, so here we go.
So far, it looks kind of normal.
Yeah, it's pretty well normal.
Man, you're doing it without looking in the mirror and everything.
Yeah, I don't know how it's going to look at the end. Is it straight so far? Can you see? It's okay.
Looks all right to me.
It looks good?
Yeah.
It looks good. All right. Well, I'm doing this from muscle memory now. People will come and say, well, is it backwards? No, it's not backwards. Well, how'd you tie it? I tied it with my hands. Is that a clip-on? No, it's not a clip-on. Okay, so how does it look? Are we close?
Yeah, I think that's pretty good, man. Wow. Surprisingly, you did it quickly.
How'd that? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it's actually, your muscle memory is spot
Did I do
on because
good?
it's like in the middle and everything. That was well done. Good
about
length and
that?
everything. You can just wear that the rest of the day.
Yeah,
You
I
don't
think
even
I'll
have to
just
look
wear
at
this tie.
it. Good job. So
I
now
get-
you know.
yeah.
That's how you tie it.
So if you guys are interested in the ties themselves, a lot of guys ask about the ties, or maybe you want to give one as a gift. If it's okay, could they just comment here on this video, on this link, and that way we at least would know enough interest for him to whether or not he even wants to go down that route.
That'd be cool.
And then you could
let 'em
buy
know.
a tie.
Let
Just
them
like
know if
one
you
of them.
want the two-tone ones, right? That's what you're
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
about?
they'll all be in two-tone, so you can tie, the drop would be one color and then the
Maybe
knot
I
would
need
be
to get
another.
one and give it a shot sometime.
You should. Then
Maybe
I
I
could tell
will.
people that you have a tie like mine.
very,
I have a
true.
tie like yours.
There you go. Next question.
Okay.
Scott Trammell wants to know your favorite Christmas movie.
Oh, Scott. My favorite Christmas movie would be The Grinch with Jim
Love
Carrey.
it.
I absolutely makeup. I absolutely love that movie. I don't particularly care for Christmas much, and
Okay.
I don't like Christmas music at all. But The Grinch, literally.
So it fits you perfectly then.
Absolutely, it does. I loathe. I would watch The Grinch every day. That movie is hilarious to me. So that's my favorite. That's my favorite.
I think
Christmas
I
movie.
found a place where we're opposites. I love Christmas.
Really?
You're the Grinch, I guess. Maybe when y'all do Christmas concerts, you should just take like a green costume and dress up and sing the Grinch.
Well,
Maybe that fits you.
it would fit me. If I would, you know what? Instead of taking a costume, I'd rather just take off and be off the whole month of December. But
Good point.
we get through it.
Okay. Brittany Norton wants to know, who's your favorite college team?
I do not have a favorite anything team. I don't watch sports at all. Gary's the only sports nut on the bus. The rest of us would rather watch paint dry. So I'm sorry. I don't have. I'm from Tennessee, so if I can just guess the Vols because they just beat the Gators. But I heard that in a rumor. I didn't see it.
I want you to give them your best Tim Lovelace impression.
My best Tim Lovelace. I mean, do I need to stand on my head or flip on the couch or something? Because that's something that he would do. Okay, folks, we'll see you next time. Something like that. And listen, watch on the sofa with no, that's not on the couch with Fouch. Okay.
The Music City show is what
That's
he's
it.
on. That's
He
what
is.
he hosts. So hey, good job. You did quite well there. Now it's time for the Fouch Zone. You have a certain unspecified amount of time to answer the questions. If you don't get the questions answered in the amount of time, we go directly to the next question. Are you ready for these wonderful questions that have been found online?
Yeah, sure. How much time do I have to answer that question?
Here we go.
Oh.
The word for gorilla is derived from which Greek word?
Gorilla?
Okay. And in what state is it illegal to sell a haunted house without informing the buyers? Time. In what country are crooked teeth considered cute and attractive?
England.
Time. Human thigh bones are stronger than time.
Metal.
And the expected world population in 2080 is
6. That's that good?
It's 6. That's 6. Wait, wonderful. So, good try. I'm actually going to give you a chance to answer these questions now.
Okay.
For real.
All
the
right.
word gorilla is derived from the Greek word meaning what? Or a Greek word meaning what? I don't think you had an answer for it. But the actual answer is a tribe of hairy women. So in case you were interested, gorilla in the Greek.
I can see it.
You got it pictured in your head?
I mean,
Okay,
it's funny
excellent.
how it just paints a picture when you say it.
That's where. So when you go to this, never mind. In what state is it illegal to sell a haunted house without informing the buyer?
Kentucky seems like a safe.
Well, I live in Kentucky, and I could maybe see where you're going with that, but the actual answer is New York. So they're actually, I mean, outside of.
Well, of course, it's New
just
York. Yeah.
In what
Northern
country
ghosts.
are crooked teeth considered cute and attractive? Your answer was England.
England, yeah.
So you know some English people that maybe find that attractive? Maybe here?
Well, I mean, they kind of all.
The answer is Japan. Japan is the. Yes. Do you know any Japanese people? Anyway, I haven't seen it.
Restaurant up the. Well,
They
anyway.
make good food at the hibachi. Human thigh bones are stronger than what? Your answer was steel.
Yes, steel.
The answer is actually concrete. Those of you who are
Well.
interested in that. And the expected world population in the year 2080 is, and you said 6.
Yeah.
So
Is that close?
Barring a nuclear disaster or zombie apocalypse, I think we're going to be larger than 6.
Well, it only takes 4 to make a quartet, so really, I mean.
That's a good point. But for this question, it's 10.8 billion. It's a lot of people.
Yeah.
But there have been 2 people here today on the couch with Fouch.
Yeah.
Anthony, thanks so much for
Matt,
joining me.
thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for watching. Where can they check out Tribute?
You can go to tributequartet.com. Easy enough to remember. iTunes, of course, and all those different social media. We've got Instagram and social cam and teddygrams and telegrams and all those different things. So you can it's most all of them are just /Tribute Quartet. And again, if you're interested in the ties, comment below, and that way we can see if we can get enough interest that we actually get the guy to make them.
All right.
For somebody else more than just me.
Excellent. Sounds good. Like, comment, subscribe. Once again, thanks so much, Anthony.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Take care.
And subscribe because you want to see the interviews. I promise you, I subscribe. They're
Thank
good.
you.
It's good stuff.
Thank you. Appreciate
It's
it.
always interesting.
It's very nice of you.
See ya.